Hello. This is CD.
Coming back from DC.
No lamb. We in this bitch. We're on our way back to Raleigh from Atlanta. It's been quite the journey, quite the weekend. You know, saw some crazy shit on the way there, and on the way back. But shit.
If you hear rumors about the traffic, they are true.
Yes.
Traffic is insane.
Traffic is very bad. Was very bad. Fuck ton of people. But yeah, they got a lot of shit popping in Atlanta, sports-wise. They had, like you said, the Falcons played on Thursday against the Saints. Then yesterday, Saturday, it was a soccer game, the WWE event. Georgia Tech was playing. There was a lot of shit going on.
But it was all on pretty much the same street.
Yeah.
Like, all the arenas are in the same little block.
I would rather that than you having to go hella fucking places and it's spread out, and now it's traffic every fucking where instead of just in one part of the area.
I got you.
Honestly, the WWE event was held in the Hawks arena, State Farm Arena.
It was nice.
It was a nice arena. I like the lights and shit. Only thing I would say is a con is that the little strings or cables that they use for the lights and shit, it was blocking the screen on our side of the ring. I don't know if that was just our side, but it was you could see it when I tried to film the big ass screen. On the way here, oh no, the U-Haul nigga. Okay, so all right, this is basically Dalton's Daily Glug. Do you have another one?
You got it.
Okay. So we, on the drive to Atlanta on Friday, we were like, all right, we're just gonna drive until we see something that we want to stop for or we get hungry. All right. We're halfway to Atlanta at this point. And he's like, we keep seeing first of all, the billboards, side note, the billboards on the way here were crazy as fuck. It was always like, did you get in an accident? Call this number and we'll get you your money or some shit like that. Or Jesus loves you, Jesus blood, save lives.
Jesus is king.
Jesus is king. We saw, what was that shit? X-Mart?
X-Mart.
The adult porn.
It's an adult superstore.
That's superstore.
24 hours.
Open 24 hours.
They don't tell you the exit or any relative. They just have the address.
And that's it.
That you drive past it.
You probably can't even type that shit in. You just gotta do the street. It was just crazy ass billboards. One was save lives, don't drive while high, some shit like that. Just the crazy, a bunch of firework billboards. We might stop at one, I don't know, but it was fucking crazy. We also passed south of the border. But back to the U-Haul nigga. So we're on the way to Atlanta, and we're halfway, and he's like, yo, a Buc-ee's is coming up. I'm like, for real? I've already been to one. He never been to one. So he's like, fuck it, we're gonna stop. We stop at the Buc-ee's. We go up in there. We come back out. But before we even saw the Buc-ee's billboard or whatever the fuck, we saw this U-Haul in a left lane dragging what was it? It was a Challenger, yeah. He was driving a Challenger on the back. And this thing was going slow as fuck. And everybody was passing him and being like, what the fuck?
One thing, too, is on the highways, I don't know if it's coming to Georgia, South Carolina, I don't know if it's specific to these states, but the speed limit is a minimum of 40 miles an hour. And this dude in the U-Haul was not doing 40 at all. If he was, maybe I was just speeding, but bro was dragging.
Also, why is the minimum 45?
For shit like that, you can't hold up traffic.
And also, before we say the ending of it, we also saw a guy in a pickup truck dragging a pickup truck with a
Dragging
Jeep.
Another pickup truck.
With a Jeep behind the pickup truck. And there were wires.
The brake lights.
The brake lights and brakes and shit wired from the actual truck that was driving all the way to the in truck. Oh, so it was a pickup truck, a Jeep, and then a pickup truck behind the Jeep. And it looked crazy as fuck. I'm thinking it's just 3 cars that close together. No, just one person.
No trailer.
No trailer.
No caution lights.
No type of preparation for this. Just straight, I'm dragging 2 cars. Y'all just gonna have to see me.
But we're on the main highway. Like, it's not like we're just at our house going to the store.
Like, where is he going? Where was he going? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he made it, because that type of contraption setup looked crazy. So we go up into Buc-ee's. We do. It was a shit ton of people in there. Oh, the mascot.
Bro, Buc-ee's, fire the mascot, bro. Is Buc-ee's a tourist attraction? I mean, it got us there. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
But literally, it looks like a Cracker Barrel, like, times 1,000,000.
Bro, they had like 6 different places to get food. Like, they had like a whole like line. Like, you could stand in line. Like, they had like a calf in the middle of this fucking store.
Whole separate like bakery in the middle of the store.
They make their own like every fucking thing. The mascot was funny as shit. I was thinking, like, is that nigga in there like every day?
Gotta be.
Like, that's how they justify it. If you don't know what Buc-ee's is, it's a big ass gas station, like a fucking Costco type gas station, and the mascot's a fucking squirrel. I don't know what's the equivalent or why he's a squirrel, but yeah, we went up in there. Shit was huge.
Watching people have to wait for their Tesla to charge is always gonna be funny, cause you know they bored as fuck. Like,
no, for real. That's another thing too. Once we be seeing Teslas in North Carolina. Like, don't get me wrong, we see especially once you go to like Cary and shit, we see
North
Teslas.
Raleigh,
Oh yeah, North Raleigh. You'll see them shits out the ass. But at the Buc-ee's, like, there was a supercharge for that shit, and I cannot imagine sitting there waiting for your shit to charge, going up into Buc-ee's and shopping. Bro, they had like dining ware in there. Like, they had like plates. What the fuck?
Like Halloween,
yeah,
and Christmas shit.
Like, how y'all guys? What gas station got seasonal shit for real? Like, if you're not talking about like cups. Like, they had like actual decorations in that bitch.
They had clothes in there too.
Yeah, like
clothes on hangers, not just like folded in the front.
Bro, the back of their store must look like hell, cause that's so many things to inventory. Fuck. Like so many things that are not related to each other. But yeah, that shit was fucking hectic. Good God.
All we got was fucking Gatorade and a pack of peanuts. Like,
right.
Or no, chocolate covered almonds.
Them shits was good. I finished the whole bag.
Did you really?
Yes.
Damn.
In 2 days, I finished that whole bag.
I still got like a half a bag left.
That's what's up. But that shit was good. I would get those again. I ain't gonna lie.
I can't do like hella chocolate.
Bro, I was reaching the bag.
Because they were there?
Well, I be snacking at night. So I just needed something to snack on for real. And once I finished them, I was like, all right, bet. Now I'm finna do something.
I'm not a big snacker.
Okay, yeah.
I'll eat 3 meals, 4 meals.
And call it a day.
I guess my snacks would be like a small meal.
I'm about to say, because when we be on a game on like a Saturday, you be describing the shit you just ate, and I'll be like, what the? You'd be like, oh yeah, I just ate like 6 crackers put together with some peanut butter in the middle, and I also had a Pop-Tart. Okay. That damn near might be a meal, I ain't gonna lie. So,
some frozen strawberry.
Right, like just something random as fuck. So, we're leaving the Buc-ee's, and I realized as we're leaving the Buc-ee's, I'm like, does every Buc-ee's look the same on the outside, or was that the same Buc-ee's that I went to when me and my family went to Tennessee, and then we were on the way back? That might have been the same one. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think so.
Either it's not the same one,
Or they look the same.
or they all look the same on the outside. Like, even down to the palm trees and the roundabout. Like, that was crazy to me.
So, what I will say is that I don't think that it's the same one, only because we came through South Carolina. Like, we're coming the bottom way. We're not going.
Yeah, true. Because we was going to Tennessee. Or we were coming back from Tennessee. Well, I don't know. I wasn't driving, so I can't tell you for sure. Because I know we were driving for a good minute before we stopped at that Buc-ee's. So that's why I might believe it was the same one. But you never know. North Carolina's getting one, apparently. So, shout out to Josh. It's apparently going to be down the street from his house. But we're on the way back. Or not on the way back, but we're leaving the Buc-ee's. We're getting on the highway. All right, bet. Last little leg of the drive.
Hold on. Where the Buc-ee's was at, like why we stopped with where the Buc-ee's was like 2 exits down from where we had to change into the next highway.
Yeah. Well, I think we went from 90, what was it? 95 to 20? Some shit like that.
Maybe.
Because we're on 20 right now.
Right. 20 goes all the way to Atlanta.
Yeah. So we were like, we had a reason to stop because we knew like once we passed the shit, like that's it.
Plus we drove for 6 hours. I'm gonna take a break.
We took 2 breaks. We stopped at that Buc-ee's and then we stopped at a rest stop like 2.5 hours later. But we're on this highway. We're about to get off on the exit. And I'm seeing a bunch of traffic kind of pull up in the right lane. I'm like, what the fuck going on? I look ahead. Oh, it's another U-Haul. That's crazy. Like, no fucking way it's the same nigga. It's the same dude with the fucking Charger or the Challenger hooked up to the back of this U-Haul, pushing that bitch a smooth 42 miles per hour. And we start freaking out because we're like, no fucking way that we stopped moving. Went inside of a store that is big as shit. We went all the way to the back. Right. We browsed, went all the way to the back, got drinks. Also, why are the drinks all the way in the back? Fuck is that about? Anyway, all the way to the back, all the way back to the front, got in the car, and got back on the highway. And this nigga was still nowhere near gone from us. Like, how do we catch up to this nigga and pass him? He had to have been going like 40 miles per hour the whole time. Like, there's no way that he ever went above that. And my thinking was, does he think that U-Haul pays by like the gas mileage? Like, if you go over a certain amount, they're gonna make you pay extra? Like, what the fuck?
Or he had another small car in the trailer and then was pulling another car.
Okay, see, if that's the case, then y'all niggas doing some crazy shit across these state lines. Like, we seen a nigga drag 2 cars with his one truck. Seeing a motherfucker
within this like 30 minutes of each other.
Right, we saw both of them. Like, I don't know what the fuck I got going on. Is that an elaborate way to travel with drugs? I don't know. Maybe.
But be the slowest one on the highway.
But it looks suspicious. And it was funny as fuck because what the hell. But that was just a drive there. So we get to Atlanta. It's like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
Talk about the wings. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm getting there. We get there about 8 o'clock. And we like put all our shit down in the hotel room. Hotel, it was alright. I gave it like a
7.
Yeah, I gave it like a 7. Everything.
My sheets kept coming off the bed though.
They ain't tuck your shits in enough.
At all.
See, that's why I didn't get all the way in there. I just took the top layer off and used that. But it was decent. I did not fuck with the layout of the bathroom. I'm gonna tell you that right now. The toilet was low as shit to the ground.
I'm not a fan of the mirror being in front of the shower either.
That's why I said I'm not a fan of the layout of the bathroom. The toilet was too low. The mirror was in front of the shower. And also, the fucking... We get there, and why is the body lotion next to the sink like it's the soap? So, the first 2 times that I washed my hands, I didn't turn on the light because I'm like, it's daytime, like, whatever. So, I thought that the thing next to the sink was soap. I use it to wash my hands. The 3rd time I go in the bathroom, this is like later on that night after being left, came back. I'm like, bro, I've been washing my fucking hands with body lotion this entire time. The hand soap is in the shower.
And the bar soap that they had on the sink is a fake soap.
Who constructed this? And also, you cannot move the bottles. Like, they were like strapped to the wall. So if I wanted to move the hand soap next to the sink, which makes sense, unless you're washing your hands in the shower, I could not. Like, why was that a thing? I don't know.
But also, like, when they used to have the little bottles of shampoo for like hotel shampoos or whatever, I guess they just got fed up with people stealing them.
Yes, so they just strap shit to the wall. They're like, they just rather refill it than have to keep putting one in there. I mean, I wouldn't steal that shit anyway, though. The lotion, maybe. But everything else, no.
You know, black people.
Hey. Nothing wrong with stealing lotion. It's a necessity. But yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? Then they had this small ass fucking refrigerator. Shit was barely getting cold. I'm like, I literally asked this nigga when he handed me something out of it. I was like, is that shit on? Because it's giving that shit is not on. But hey, we never used the microwave, but it did have a microwave in there. The view was of the pool that was on the 5th floor and like some like random back of a building. Would I stay at that hotel again? No. Nah, I'd pick another one because I feel like
there's more to offer.
Yeah. And I didn't even tell y'all the worst part about this hotel. So when you get there, it's next to the fucking highway. So you turn right onto that street. It's like a little guardrail. It's a one-way street. It's 2 lanes until you come up to the construction part, and then it's 1 now. Where is that a person? Oh my god. This nigga, where you going, camping, nigga? Like somebody right now on the highway. They was just walking. Good luck to them. But there's like a fucking cut where you have to find the valet parking, which was $50 a day.
There's no lights.
Bro, when you turn right onto this road, it's like just a building, and then it's like a cut in the like building that is the parking lot. That's the parking deck right there. Are there any signs that say parking? There was one, but like it was being blocked by something else, so you would only see it once you had turned in, which is like defeats the purpose of a fucking sign.
Like if you get that hotel and you don't call them ahead and say, hey, what's the parking situation?
You're not gonna know where that shit is.
You're gonna get lost as fuck every time.
Literally. You literally have to like turn into a building and hope that there's a hole in it. Like hope that there's a cut so that you can drive into it, because it literally looks like you're about to crash into the side of a building. And the valet situation was, I'm gonna say it was bad.
Could definitely be improved.
Much improved. It was barely enough space for like 6 cars. They had these big ass cylinders in the middle of each like spot, so you could barely get through the middle. And the exit is basically drive through that hole, stop, and then go straight into another cutout of the other side of the building. Like, bro, y'all, it's too many fucking buildings on top of each other. That's what that's telling me. If y'all gotta do that. And we never saw the parking deck, because it was like they would take the car and they would drive it up there. So like, I don't know what it looks like or whatever, but you know, anything to not get your car broken into. But still, that shit was ass.
The one parking deck that we did go into, I stayed in the car until you got back.
Right. Oh, I'm gonna say something about that. So we left after we figured out the valet shit, dropped all our stuff off, and we went to this Korean. We were trying to go to Firehouse, but they recalled my fucking bread, my gluten-free bread. So then it was like, fuck it, I'm not eating here. And we went to this Korean chicken place that was like 2 doors down. That shit was it was 3 businesses in one. I don't know if that's illegal or not, so I'm not gonna say the name of the place just to blow up their spot, but it was like 3 restaurants in one, and that shit said it closed at like 3 a.m. So
like there's 4 kiosks right there that you order on the screen, and they're all different restaurants, but they're all in the same
like they're right next to, like the kiosks are literally right next to each other. Like, we both ordered. I ordered from one, he ordered from the other one. We basically got the same thing, just a different flavor of chicken, and the receipts look completely different. So, like, my receipt had an address on it, his did not. So that's why I'm thinking they got some under the table shit going on over there. But I got, we both got a 10-piece Korean fried chicken. I got, what was it? Spicy something. And then he got garlic, honey garlic. Yeah, he got honey garlic. Now, did I talk about it on? No, I don't think I did. But if you follow me on IG or you fuck with the YouTube channel, I posted my B-Day vlog when we went to DC in July. And we went to this place called Code Chicks that basically does the same thing, Korean fried chicken. Except they be trying to charge a nigga arm and a leg. Like, for 5 wings, was it? That shit was like $10. I was like, bro, what the fuck? With no sides. Oh, that's another thing. No sides anywhere in Atlanta.
Or drinks.
Like, they want you to buy the entree.
Everything is a la carte.
Yeah, that's it. So, when we got there at that shit, 10 wings, that shit was fucking $15. And because I got a side of ranch, so that shit was like $16. I'm like, bro, these prices, bro. $15 for 10 wings? Fuck. But it was worth it, I ain't gonna lie. So we get back to the hotel and we fucked them shits up. They were delicious. I said, are they better than Code Chicks? Honestly, for the fact that I got 10 wings for $15 instead of 5 wings for $10, like, yeah.
I'll almost take it.
Yeah, like... And I think, Code Chicks wings were bigger, though. I will say that. But I will take that, the 10-wing deal. Because that shit was filling. We didn't eat again for the rest of the night. We ate them shits at, it was 9 or 10 o'clock, something like that. And we didn't eat again. That was good enough.
I definitely could have, but I didn't want to get up.
And he ate his wings in, 8 minutes. I got done with mine probably 15 minutes. But that's because I'm trying to, record it, be like, look at this type shit. This motherfucker just went straight to eating. And then, we're like, all right, Saturday, WWE Day, let's do it. So here's the thing, I don't know what information Dawn got. It was some bad information because it was 5 something. We went to get something to eat. I got these tacos from Pretty Little Tacos, and he got cookout. The tacos were delicious. They were very good. I got an oxtail taco. Never had oxtail before. I was fucking that shit up. They had this salsa with it, this hot salsa. That shit was good as fuck. So before I got to the Pretty Little Tacos place, though, we had to go to this parking deck. This is another thing about this fucking side street ass parking decks and parking situations.
Everything is a one-way street.
Yeah, so we had to cut in through traffic to get to this fucking parking deck. Then once we got in, it was confusing as shit because we were like, okay, what level do we go on? They had red. It was red, yellow, and blue. Blue was first level, yellow's second, red's third or whatever. So I'm just go to the third because it's cheapest. And turns out that makes sense because red is right next. All you had to do was take an Escalade up, and then you were gonna be at the shit or whatever. I didn't know that, so I did the dumbass thing. I took the stairs down. I was on the blue level, and I saw these people it looked like a GTA. You know how when you go into your nightclub, little backstage area with the parking and shit.
Yeah.
That's what that shit looked like where I was when I went down to the blue level, whatever. And I saw these 2 people get buzzed into a door. I was like, okay, I'm not at the right place because that's clearly not what I'm supposed to do. So then I had to turn around and I had to go find some a sign that said Escalade and it had an arrow pointing up. I was like, okay, maybe that's right. So I had to take 4 Escalades up to the red level, which I already was at, like a dumbass. And then I found the fucking, it's like a little plaza type shit with a bunch of restaurants connected to it.
Like an outdoor mall?
Basically, yeah. It's like, if you ever been to South Point, it's basically South Point. And I went up in there, so many baddies in there. But they had this little couch area. And I was sitting in it after I ordered my food. And this lady was like, well, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I saw the little shit on the table that said reserved, but I'm like, I don't care, bro. I gotta sit down. So then the lady, like, right as I'm like just chilling, I've been chilling for like 5 minutes. Me and this other dude are sitting there. Like, he's sitting in the chair on the across from me, and I'm sitting in the other one. And this lady's like, this is reserved. And I'm like, okay. And I just got up and I stood and waited for my shit. Then I asked this dude at another store that was next to the restaurant that I went to. And I was like, yo, how much is the Sprite? He was like $5.50. I was like, bro, are you fucking serious right now? I'm not paying that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm not paying damn near $6 for a fucking 16-ounce Sprite when I can get that shit for $1.58 or $2 in Raleigh. Like, no, bro. So
$5.50 is insane.
No, for real. So I decided to be thirsty. And I got my food. That nigga forgot to give me my salsa, so I had to ask him. I'm like, yo, you charge for the salsa, right? All right, give me that shit. And I went on my way. It threw me off a little bit that they had like a Chick-fil-A just thrown into these like restaurants. I was like, I mean, I guess you gotta have some type of like regular mall food for like affordable niggas, but even then, I should have went into that Chick-fil-A just to see how much they was charging for shit. Cause I know it was extortionate.
Could have at least got a drink.
I could have. But it would have been a smaller portion in that cookout anyway.
True. Oh yeah.
So we went to the cookout. That shit was next to a Crystal's Chicken. There was also an abandoned McDonald's, which I haven't seen that shit in so long. Across the street. And Dawn was like, okay, so they said the main event starts at 8 o'clock. So I'm like, okay, bet. Like, so we leaving around that? It's like, I mean, I guess. So we get back to the hotel after we ate. Change. Chilling. It's like 6 o'clock. And called a little Uber or whatever. And then he pulls up the pay-per-view. And he's like, that shit already started. Like, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre are wrestling right now in the Hell in a Cell.
They're already bleeding. Like,
they're fucking bleeding.
They're already bleeding everywhere.
And here's the thing about the pay-per-view to me. The shit was called Bad Blood. It had the Hell in a Cell thing in the logo for the little, like, pay-per-view. So I'm thinking, like, okay.
All the promo, like, it was gonna be, like, this whole big-ass thing of, like, motherfuckers really about to get active.
Yeah. Hell in a Cell type shit. He's like, fuck, that shit already started. So we watching it in the Uber on the way there. We get there, and this is some shit I've never seen before. We get there to do the little tickets things, and it was like a self-scanner. I was like, oh, this is high tech right here. So all you had to do is just scan the ticket yourself, and then the gates would open.
Also, but about that too, the self-scanner, if I scan the first ticket and I walk through, how am I going to scan the second ticket for you to get through?
Right.
I got to pass the phone back? That's fucking stupid.
That is kind of stupid. But we go through that shit, and then we realize that we have to go down a level. I ain't know niggas get in on the second level and have to go down or up. That's inconveniencing as hell. I ain't gonna lie. But we found it eventually. Our shit would be in the back corner, by the way. Like, the farthest from where we just were. We had to, like, wrap around. There's fucking curtains and shit. I'm like, where are we? Like,
when we walked in, we had to turn right to go downstairs. We get downstairs, we gotta turn left and go back to where we just, like...
to where we need to go. Like,
yeah.
We passed a little WWE shop that they have. They got hella shit. We get up in there. As soon as we open the curtain and walk down the stairs, this nigga pinned that nigga. CM Punk pinned Drew McIntyre and won the game, or won the match. Like, bro, What?
You couldn't write that for us. Like, as soon as we go through all the bullshit, and as soon as we get there, 1, 2, 3, and it's over.
Like what,
Missed
nigga?
The entire thing. Didn't even see the finisher. Like
Right, we had to watch the replay on the screen, and that was the only Hell in a Cell match of the entire fucking pay-per-view. So I was pissed.
I firmly believe that shit should have not been first. It should have. If they
Yeah.
were gonna do it, it should have been before Roman.
Yeah.
And like build up to it, not
First.
crazy opener.
But yeah, so we can't rate that match because we didn't watch it.
It looked like it was good. From
Yeah.
the highlights and shit, it looked like it was good.
Drew McIntyre, I'm praying for your back, my nigga.
I really don't fuck with either one of them. Like, CM Punk, he old as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? He left,
Nostalgia
came
and
back,
shit, yeah.
and all this other shit, whatever. But even then, he almost fucking died walking out. So, like...
What the fuck was that about? This nigga, so he... First of all, the thing about wrestling, I get it. Like, y'all just, like, went through a very strenuous process, an activity. You flipping and throwing niggas and shit. So, his music is going, and the referee raised his arm, like, woo, yeah. Drew McIntyre, he just laying there in agony. And he gets out the ring, and he's just, like, kind of, like, walking up the ramp. And then this nigga, like, falls down, and everybody's like, oh, is this like a bit or something? And this nigga, no, he's, like, down. And we see, like, 3, like, EMT niggas running out the back. And we're like, is he good? Next thing you know, they show him on the big screen. This nigga got a fucking oxygen mask on. We're like, is this nigga good? Like,
took 3 hits from the oxygen mask and stood up and tried to walk out.
Right. He's, like, looking at the EMT, like, his eyes big as shit. He's like, oh, my God. And then he gets up, and we're like, all right, I think he's okay. He gets up, and then he, like, takes 2 steps, and then falls down again. I'm like, bro, somebody get him, like, Dom was like, bro, somebody get him a wheelchair, bro. Like, roll that shit out. Like, what the fuck are we doing? And he's still trying to pose to the crowd and shit. I'm like, bro, come on. Give it up. Like...
Yeah, and he stood at the top of the ramp, put his arms up, and it's like, bro...
We just saw you damn near die to get to this point. I don't know if you want to just celebrate like that. But then they cut his music, lights go black, and then you just see this nigga, like, limping into the back. I'm like, damn.
Then Drew McIntyre did the same shit walking out. And
Yeah.
It's like...
They both was fucked up.
The second one was Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey and Nia Jax. So that was the first match we actually got to see the entrances and, like, the whole 9. One thing I did notice, though, so Bailey came out first, then Nia Jax. And that's usually how it goes when it's, like, champion, challenger. Like, challenger comes out first, then champion. All right. So they wrestling. They had some funny spots. I think
Bailey's knee, bro. I know that shit was hurt. Like,
her shit is cooked because she did, like, this little, you know, when they jump over the ropes. She did that, and she was supposed to, like, dive onto Nia Jax, but she kind of missed.
She clipped the rope.
Yeah, she clipped the rope and kind of, like, fell a little short, so, like, the impact wasn't that hard, but Nia Jax still sold it. That shit was funny as fuck to me. They did, like, a little stair one, where she threw her into the fucking stair.
Powerbombed her shit.
Yeah,
Fucking
I was
stair.
like, God damn. I will say the mics, I think the mics are in the ring posts. Them shits, like, they were working. That you could hear the slaps and the impact of whatever the fuck they was doing. And so Nia Jax got this since she became champion. I don't know when the fuck she became champion, but since she became champion, she's had, like, this little sidekick named what's her name? Tiffany?
Yup.
Tiffany
Trenton, I think.
Tiffany Trenton, some shit like that. So that's been, like, her little sidekick, and she won Money in the Bank. So Nia Jax, the champion, she got the Money in the Bank briefcase. There's a level of tension there. They're supposed to be besties, but she got the briefcase. So at any moment, shit could get shicey. So Nia Jax fucked up. Bailey fucked up. And then did they even play her music, or did she just run out? She just ran out, right? The Trish girl. She ran out from the crowd. And she had the referee, yeah, because they did a little ref bump, and the ref was getting up. Everybody else was down. Nia Jax and Bailey are down. and the ref is getting up, and she's holding the briefcase in her hand, and she's like handing it to the ref, and the ref is like, do you really want to do it? And then Nia Jax, sorry, we just had to stop, hard as shit. And Nia Jax does the spot, she does like the little Undertaker shit where she like rises up, and I'm like, if she would have heard her music, she wouldn't have done that.
Okay.
Like, she would have known that she was already there type shit. And that's why I was like, oh, she's cooked. Like, she should have brought her own ref. If you're going to cash in for real. That's how I knew she wasn't really going to cash in, because a real nigga who knows they finna cash in, they bring a ref.
His own ref every time.
You bring a ref out there with you, because they do the ref bump. So that, no, like, I pinned them, and because Bailey did that. Yeah, like, the ref got hit by which I don't know, I think it was intentional the second time, but the first time I don't think that shit was intentional.
Can we stop pretending that the refs are made of paper and like actually get them to take real hits the next time? Like,
no, for real.
Just because she fucking was squatted over you and just fell on top of you.
That's what happened.
You should not be crawling around the fucking ring of like
she's fucked up for 3 minutes.
Yeah, like, bruh, I just saw Bailey dive and land on her fucking shoulder. Like, I can't. There's some shit that I can't just like get past.
The immersion, yeah.
Like, let's stop all the fake quote unquote allegations, and like, let's start really getting these refs to get the training of like, yo, they can actually take a
pin. Yeah, for real.
Like, Bailey did the pin, and every time Nia kicked out, she would throw her damn near out the fucking ring.
Out the ring, yeah.
Like, we can be athletic, like.
Not for real. And so after that, and then Nia Jax like does the little Undertaker thing, and she's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you in the ring with the briefcase?" And then what was the finish? It was like she got out of the ring, and then Bailey was on the top rope, and the girl tried to she like hit her with like a ponytail or some shit. It was like a rope. It was something. She handed to her, and then Bailey like threw it to be like, no, like, I don't want it. And then Nia Jax like caught her slipping, did her little move, and pinned her. And I was like, boo.
That shit where Nia Jax had Bailey on her shoulders and jumped. Like, it's one thing to fall from the top rope.
She
jumped and landed on Bailey.
She did the fucking, I forgot what Samoa Joe used to call it, but she basically did his finisher off the top rope. Yeah, she did that shit off the fucking top rope onto Bailey. I'm like,
and then did that little like ass squat or whatever. Like,
right.
She jumped from the middle rope and just landed with her ass on your stomach, and that's her finisher.
Right. And that's how she won.
And that's, yeah. Fuck Nia Jax, bro.
And I was like, boo.
Bitch.
It was either I wanted to see a Bailey win or that girl cash it on her. Like, so we saw neither, unfortunately. But I still think it was a decent match. I'd give it like a 6.5.
But even then, that gets back to my point. When was the next match? No, the next match was Finn Balor
and Damian Priest.
Yeah, that shit was snooze fest. Like,
I would say nothing really happened in that match that was like, oh. But I did like that Damian Priest won after all the fucking shenanigans. Every match has shenanigans. And maybe that's just modern WWE. The ethos of the pay-per-view, Bad Blood. Ethos is definitely a word, nigga.
Keep it pushing, whatever. Don't
make me Google it, just like this nigga tried to tell me semantics wasn't a real word last week. Like, you just be lying. Anyway. It's called Bad Blood. So, like, I feel like Bad Blood, like, yeah, like, this should be, like, the last time we fight. Or, like, if not the last time, this should be, like, the climax of the fight. So, I don't know what that fucking crown jewel shit. Fuck that shit. But,
where they put it on Twitter, they had to add in their own crowd noise.
Because we were booing, yeah. Okay, so in between, this was right before the Damian Priest and fucking Finn Balor shit. Triple H comes out, and, you know, everybody's like lit, like, yeah, Triple H. He's like, yeah, bro, like, shout out to y'all for coming. This is like our record-breaking sporting event in Atlanta for wrestling. Woo.
Biggest shit of 2024, like all that.
Right,
shit.
like he was like, we've sold out 24 straight times this year or some shit like that. Which, damn, that is crazy. But he was like, yeah, like we got this new crown jewel belt. Both champions, men's and women's, they can fight for this shit, and it's gonna be like an ultimate champion or whatever the fuck. And everybody was booing it. We're like, nobody gives a fuck about this. Like,
because it's dumb. It's just dumb.
Yeah, it's just for money. Like, it's literally just for money. Like, y'all go to Saudi Arabia and y'all just wrestle for money on, just whatever the fuck time y'all got. Like, the only time I remember caring about Crown Jewel was when it was The Undertaker and Goldberg fucking gave himself 2 concussions in one night. The first one before he even started wrestling, when he headbutted the door too hard. And then the second one was when he fucking dived into the ring post on accident. That's the only time I ever give a fuck about it. So, like, the fact that they're making a belt for it. The belt was nice. Don't get me wrong. The belt was big as shit. I don't know who the fuck is going to be... You can't wear that. Like, you're going to have to hold it only.
It has to be Gunther, because he's the only one big enough to actually wear it.
Yeah. That shit is huge. Like, if Finn Balor put that shit around his waist, he would not have a chest. Like...
Literally.
His shit would, like... You just see his nipples.
Big as fuck on Triple H,
yeah.
too.
Like, they had a shot where it was Triple H standing next to it, and I was like, God damn. But then after that, we got to the Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan shit. And they put Dom in a fucking shark cage. And then they suspended his ass in the air. Now, I want to know for sure, was that shit planned?
Yes.
So he was in the shit, the door came open. And he, like... fell out of it in the middle of the match, and then he's just like hanging there from his foot. And I'm like, if that was planned, I feel like they could have done that shit way better. Like, to me,
I knew he wasn't gonna stay in the cage the whole time.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna come out. So I thought they were gonna be sneaky and like slowly raise it as the match was going on, and like he would like find a way to get out,
or like give a button for one of them to press.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah.
Lift up or whatever.
And they had a little camera in there, but like they barely showed the angles and shit. But he fucking fell out of that. This was like right before the end of the match, and it was funny because everybody was chanting he sucks, and like they're like, don't look down and shit. Excuse me. The match itself, I like Rhea Ripley. I like the way she wrestles. Like, she should be throwing motherfuckers around, like, just crazy power.
But Liv is bigger than her. That's the thing. Like, Rhea's.
What do you mean, like height?
Like, physically. If you look at them side by side, Liv Morgan is just bigger than her. So, like, Rhea's whole thing is, like, she's just this powerful-ass girl. But then when she's standing next to Liv
it don't
is
matter,
just bigger. Yeah. Shit is crazy.
That is kind of great. I'm about to look that up because, like, obviously, visually, like, they look pretty similar. Like, I couldn't be like, one is bigger than the other. But, damn. She took her, well, and when they showed the promos, it was like, I took everything from your life,
Rhea do got a fat ass, though. Shout out to her.
She was like, I took everything from your life. She was like, you took the belt, bitch, but you just took the weak links. That shit was funny. And the thing about WWE storylines, like, them niggas are not actually dating. So, like, they have to do this just when they on TV. And I would be like, God damn, I gotta kiss somebody else just because, like, this is our job. It's kind of ass, but hey, they making their money.
Dom's wife was like, yeah, bro, we gotta start putting boundaries on this shit. Like, she can't be licking your face, like, onto, like, that's crazy as fuck. Like, you gotta pull it back some.
Yeah. And Rhea Ripley's husband is in AEW, so there's a whole nother thing. Yeah. I also, like, they cheating, bro. I don't give a fuck. They be cheating. like when we were kids, like, that whole Edge shit with Matt Hardy and Lita was like big as fuck because, like, at that point still you still thought it was real.
You realize how crazy? No, that shit was real.
No, but I'm saying you still thought it was real in terms of, like, wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
But the fact that we saw Edge and Lita together, but in real life Matt and Lita were together, and then in real life Edge and Lita
was fucking the whole time.
Right? So, like, that, like, Matt got, he got released, and then that nigga snuck back into the show, and he just kept beating Edge's ass, like, every chance he got, until they added him back on to Raw, and it was like, all right, y'all gotta fight. But, yeah, so it was on that type of timing where it's like, yeah, I guess it's believable that Liv Morgan and him are together, but, like, the fact they came out in the car was funny as shit because the dude sitting next to me, he was like, "Oh hell nah, you not Eddie Guerrero." That shit was funny as fuck. He was mad as shit about that goddamn car. And then I also thought it was weird. Liv Morgan came out first, even though she the champion, but Rhea Ripley came out second. I thought that was like them trying to be sneaky and be like Rhea Ripley from the win type shit, but no. So that brings us to the finish. So Rhea Ripley beat her ass, and I look to my left and I'm like, is somebody about to run in? Like every time I would like kind of like try to just like look at the match, just look at the ring, I would get distracted by looking at something else around the ring, because like we were sitting down, like we were sitting up, so like we were looking down at the ring, so I could see anything that was happening around the shit before I saw what was in the ring. So I'm seeing niggas in the crowd move. I'm like, somebody's about to come in. She runs in. First of all, this shirt she chose, I wouldn't have chose that shirt, I'm gonna be real. Like, that shit was held together by, like, faith. And she runs in, and Dawn just said this, but she ran in too early. Like, her cue was after she ran in. So the ref was supposed to be down or, like, distracted or some shit. And she was supposed to beat up Rhea Ripley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously that didn't happen because she came in too early. So when she bumped into the ref and then started punching Rhea Ripley, fucking DQ'd the match. So now they gotta wrestle again because her dumbass is DQ'd.
But that's the thing, is she was supposed to put Liv on top of Rhea for like the ref to count it.
Yeah.
But because she fucked it all up, the ref just called a DQ.
She was like, bro, come on, bro. You just cooked it. Not in a good way. So, yeah, that was an ass finish. Before the finish, I'd give the match like a 6 out of 10. But because of that ass finish, it drops down to a 4. And then we had the main event.
If I had money, unrelated, if I had money, that would be the kind of SUV I would get. Where I would just get a bigger version of this.
Yeah.
I would just get the Audi version of this.
Yeah, that shit's spacious as fuck. Probably got a third row in that bitch.
Anyway.
Or a fucking, what's that? A Highlander? Would you get one of those?
I'd have to see a picture.
Highlander, that's some big ass. Is that Toyota?
Talking about the Outback?
We probably gonna see one on the road, but yeah. What is that in front of us?
Those are electric bikes.
No, but like, what's that car?
Suburban. It's not what that is.
I don't know what that is, but anyway. So we get to the final match. The energy is palpable in the arena. Everybody's like, oh my God, we're about to see Roman Reigns. And I was excited. I'm like, we about to see this nigga wrestle. Like, was that his first match back? Is that confirmed?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was his first match back. His first match back being a pay-per-view, like, crazy pull.
John Cena said he the GOAT.
I mean, his reign, now, not gonna lie, was I completely bothered by his reign at the end? Yes. Like, everybody was. Everybody's tired of this nigga. But he did what he needed to do to keep WWE relevant, in my opinion. Solo and the other nigga come out. Fatu, whatever, they come out. And there was this nigga behind us to the back left of us that was like, he kept saying, Solo, I love you. And everybody would be thrown off every time he would say it. Like, oh, damn, yeah. Everybody would be like, nigga, what? Because you, like, during the whole, like, before the match started, which there was so much theatrics in this match. Like, they really turned it up for this match. Everybody was chanting, like, Solo, you suck. Solo, fuck you. Like, fuck you, Solo. Like,
Roman started egging that shit on.
Yeah. Like, they were standing and everybody came out, their entrances and shit. This nigga, Cody Rhodes, had a whole band, like an HBCU band, play his entire theme song. Then he played it. I thought they was going to play it as he came out, but then I'm like, that don't really make sense.
Also, I thought it was the Georgia Tech band because it was gold. And then I realized that Georgia Tech was also playing a football game. Right
literally then, right.
Like,
I think that was the HBCU band. Or maybe it was a high school, but I don't know.
I mean, his wife is black, so
yeah, shout out to his wife. Shout out to... I thought Metro Boomin was finna come out. That nigga did not come out.
He probably started the show.
Yeah, you're right. We did get there late. But we saw him, like, there was like a little thing in the stadium or in the arena where like they would cut to this lady that was interviewing people upstairs, and we could see it.
It was like a green room.
Yeah, green room. Yeah, party room type shit. And we saw them. So we saw Metro Boomin and Jay Uso. I think we saw him too. And
Jay Uso was on top.
Yeah, Bianca Belair, her fine ass. Jade Cargill, her fine ass. Oh my God. Naomi was there.
Chelsea Green stinks. Like,
that's just that. She probably like lost. She like drew the shortest like straw or some shit, and that's that. Yeah, that's her gimmick for like the next month. It's like
tragic.
Whatever. Right. I would hate for that shit to be my gimmick.
Like, girl, you smell like shit. You gotta go.
You gotta go. Like, and then her best friend was like, I'm gonna say like fuck. But yeah, so they, like I said, they turned up the theatrics like a motherfucker. Roman came out. That nigga, they ain't do pyrotechnics for nobody else but Cody and Roman. That's pull, my nigga. Like, if I was a wrestler, bro, I'ma need the pyrotechnics, bro. I'ma need it. It made the arena smell like shit for the next like 5 minutes. But it's worth it in my opinion. Just for the pictures.
Also, Cody Rhodes being from Atlanta and everybody just wanting Roman. Like, nobody.
His first match, yeah, it was his first match back, so like he was never winning that battle. And so with this was funny. When Roman came out, like his thing is like put up the 1 or whatever. Everybody did that for like a long ass time. And he got like a little slow entrance, so like, you know, everybody had their arms up for a good minute. And Don was like, notice how when everybody put their arm up, it smells like shit in here now. I was like, it's a mix between that and the pyrotechnics, like, because them shit, you could see the smoke still kind of in the air once the match got started. I'm like, yeah, it's both.
But it was definitely both.
Yeah, it was definitely both. So then right before, like, the matches, like, they're all standing in the ring, and the ref is like, well, 2 of y'all got to get the fuck out, and I literally scream, bring back Tornado Tag. Bro, bring back Tornado Tag, bro, for real though. I'm like, bro, y'all gotta bring that shit back, because that would have been the perfect match for it. They basically did it, but like,
yeah, because the ref fucking sucked.
Yeah, okay. All night the refs was pretty okay. I ain't got no complaints. That's rare. Go to a sporting event and you got no complaints about the ref yet. But then we got this nigga in his fucking elbow sleeves. Fuck nigga. Fuck that nigga. He was a terrible ref. And I know that was on purpose, yeah. But still, like, he fucked it up bad.
You're not even trying.
Yeah. Like, I hope that he wasn't meant to be impartial at all, because he wasn't. But that shit was egregious at times. Yeah.
Fucking Solo and fucking Fatu.
No, literally, like, so when they're standing in the ring, and then Roman, like, everybody starts chanting, fuck you, Solo, and then Roman's like, they chanting about you, bitch. And, you know, that shit was funny. And then Roman and Cody, like, start arguing about who finna start. And I'm like, why didn't they talk about this before? But, like, I get it. Like, it's supposed to be, like, drum up the drama or whatever. But then Roman's like, all right, bro, you saying you starting? Fuck it, you starting. Cody Rhodes starts out real slow. And then he starts to get his ass beat. And then the tagging shit was pissing me off, too, because in wrestling, like, you can, like do, like, a little secret tag where your teammate, their back is turned to you, but you, like, smack their back, and then you go in, and y'all do, like, a move on the nigga that's in the ring, then they get out. I get that. But that is not what they were doing.
Solo was just walking in the ring.
That nigga would just come into the ring, beat Cody up.
Double team.
Yeah, beat Cody up in the corner, then the other nigga kicking him. Like, they would do 2 moves back to back on Cody, and the ref was just standing there.
Not counting, not
right,
relief,
nothing.
Like, nothing.
But when Cody Rhodes finally got to tag Roman, that shit took way too fucking long, but he finally got it. Roman comes in and, like, he goes crazy. He gets his little like pop or whatever, and then the referee starts bitching at Cody about, like, every little thing. Like, he's like, bro, like, stand in the corner. And as he's, like, yelling at Cody, Solo and Fatu's, like, fucking punching Roman in the head, like, like, at the same time. They're, like, double teaming the fuck out of him in the corner with it. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And like, even when Roman tried to come in before he got tagged, because Cody was getting his ass beat, the ref was like, no, you gotta get out, you gotta. I'm like, you letting these two niggas come in whenever. You just keep slapping your hands together, but when it's Roman, you're not even letting that nigga come in the ring. Like, that shit was egregious as fuck.
Like, when it's dead quiet and I gotta yell, do your fucking job, and everybody else, like, it was funny. Everybody started laughing. But, like, everybody knows. Like, do your fucking job. You're not even trying, bro. That shit was
bad.
It was just unbelievable. Like, there was
it was
super unbelievable. Like,
yeah. He could have tried his best to not be so corrupt to one side. Like, if you're gonna be ass, just be ass for both sides. Don't just be ass for one. That pissed us the fuck off. I'm like, bro, this nigga is dumb as shit. Like, it's not even like he's doing it on purpose at the point. I just thought he was dumb as fuck. Cause it was clear as day. Yeah, it was clear as day that Solo was secret tagged like every fucking time. And they would let these niggas tag in and out like 6 times. And I'm like, bro, like, you're not even doing shit. You're just watching. You got like a front row seat. Like, and, you know, there was some good moves in there. Roman did some crazy athletic shit. I ain't never seen that nigga do that shit before in my life. I didn't know he had that in his bag.
Cody Rhodes jumped off the fucking ring.
Oh, yeah. So, this is why I said it basically turned into a tornado tag, because Solo and Roman were in the ring, but Cody Rhodes, he was like, nah, fuck this nigga, I'm done. Like, he went rogue, and he started fucking up the Fatu nigga on the side of the ring. And he was punching him, and he like laid down on the table. And this nigga jumped from the top rope onto him on the table. I was like, yo. Because I thought at the last second he was going to move, and then Cody was just going to fucking fall into that shit. But
I will say this. For Cody to be the champion and still taking a risk like that, that's respect.
Oh, nah, he don't give a fuck. Since AEW, like, that nigga don't care. I respect it.
But even then, like, if the champ gets hurt,
it's not good.
Fuck up everything.
Yeah, it's not good. That's why Rhea Ripley lost her shit. She hurt her fucking, what was it, her knee?
Dislocated her shoulder.
Or shoulder, sorry, yeah. So she had to drop her shit. So she never actually lost it. She had to just vacate it.
But even then, they gave it to Liv. She didn't
right.
even, like, beat anybody.
Right. But that's why she. Anyway, I could go on for like that fucking storyline type of shit, but.
Fatigue.
Yeah, right. But yeah. So after he did that spot, everybody's like, "Holy shit!" Like, that was crazy. Roman gets his little the 2 goons for fucking Solo come in, the Bloodline niggas, and they try to sabotage the match, of course. But Roman's like, nah, fuck y'all. So right as he was about to get fucked up by, or did they do a ref bump or something? Because
Jimmy just came back out of the crowd.
No, I was getting to that, but I'm saying like when them 2 dudes came in, they like fucked up Roman a little bit, or like they were trying to, and he like. I don't know. I can't remember. Like, he did something to get away.
He stood up on the rope and he Superman punched it. Instead of hitting Solo,
oh, yeah.
He hit one of the security dudes.
Yeah, Bloodline motherfuckers, yeah. So then that's when everybody was, like, chanting and being like, bro, like, somebody got to come out and help these niggas, because clearly they, like, the Bloodline niggas got the refs and 2 goons. So then that's when I look down and I'm seeing this dude in all black. And I'm like, bro, that's gotta be somebody that's about to jump out. And like he jump over the little guardrail thing, and then he like takes off his fucking jacket and his fucking Jimmy Uso. And everybody starts fucking losing it, because they're like, holy shit, like we knew somebody was gonna come out for Roman and Cody. He comes in, he Superman kicks everybody. Or super kicks everybody. And Roman gets a spear, pin that nigga Solo, and they won. This nigga Cody Rhodes on the ground and shit still. Like, bro, they did that table shit, and we never saw them again until the end of the match. Like, that's all y'all needed to do. And then we get to the post match, and Jimmy and Roman standing there looking at Cody, and they like. We done after this, nigga. Like, we not your friends. Even in the promo, I thought the promos were funny as shit. Like they had one where Dom and Liv was driving around Atlanta at night, and then they had Roman and Cody meet up in the middle of the Georgia Tech football field. Like,
Yeah.
just destination shit. Like that shit is funny. But Roman was like, you know, after we done with this shit, I'm taking my belt back, bitch. And then Cody was like, bro, no, you're not. So that was kind of like what we going based off of at the end of the match. And then, you know, they walk out the ring, and then Solo and them start beating up Cody. Like, they start whooping his ass. Oh, yeah. They start whooping his ass. And everybody in the crowd's like, bro, like, you gotta go back. Like, Roman, don't do this. And then they run back. It's a whole big brawl. And then they like, all right, respect. And then Roman hands Cody back the belt. That was some symbolic shit right there. And they're standing there, you know, kind of like, all right, we truce for now, bitch. And then the Rock music hits, and everybody starts fucking losing it. It's the fucking Rock. Oh, shit. So the Rock he just came out all slow. He's standing there, taking it all in. And then this nigga just holds up the number 3. And then he walks away. He don't say shit. He don't go into the ring.
Okay, so what I didn't tell you was after he left and went backstage, he immediately got on Instagram Live.
You did say that. I remember that.
Oh, and was talking shit his whole way out the building. Like, he dapping up security. Like,
like, I want to know how much they paid him for that, if they did.
like he's breaking character for like 2 seconds just to say what's up to the people. He's like, yo, the final boss, when the final boss comes through, everybody knows what time it is. Hey, what's up, lady? How are you? So glad, like, da-da-da-da-da.
No, that final boss shit was funny. And now this nigga has his own belt, so, like, he just be carrying that shit around. And...
which is kind of lame, but...
a bit, but...
you're not going to defend it.
Right, yeah. A bit, but I see them building that up somehow, some way. But yeah, that was the show. Hey, listen, that match, it was a whole bunch of fucking shenanigans. The ref pissed me the fuck off. But overall, we saw a nigga jump from a top rope and go through the announce table after Damian Priest fucking edged us. Cause I thought he was finna do it, but then all he did was just fucking throw the shit off. Yeah.
Like, why do we...
What the fuck was the point of you clearing the table then? And then they had to clean that shit back up. Like, that shit was funny. I watched them, like, the commentators, like, actually go and clean it up. Yeah. Yeah. So that was the show. Now, that match, I'd give that match was a solid 8 out of 10, I think.
I was gonna say the same thing.
It was a solid 8 out of 10. We saw a lot of shit. It was a good finish. And The Rock came out, so, yeah. Hard to top that. I mean, I guess we would want the best match to be the last one. So you go home off that feeling.
That's what I'm saying, though. They should have had the Hell in a Cell. Listen.
Now, that would have been the last match, bro.
No.
That would have been crazy.
That's not what I'm saying. They could have put the Hell in a Cell before the tag team, so you get your last 2 matches as like a co-main event.
They would have needed another match for that. I thought there were 6 matches, right?
5.
Bayley, Nia Jax, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Liv Morgan. Oh, yeah. So they needed a 6 match. They needed a 6 match to kind of give you that. Because it started at 6 and we walked out. It was like 9.
You know what happened? Ilya Dragunov, or whatever the fuck his name is, he tore his ACL. He was supposed to fight Gunther.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So that's why.
So we were supposed to have a 6 match, but we did not. So yeah, I think a 6 match would have been a good thing for the pacing of the show. But overall, for a fucking pay-per-view, like, I'm not gonna complain. Like, we saw some cool shit. We saw some blood. Saw niggas jump off tables and shit. We as we like got there, we saw the replay of the CM Punk and Drew McIntyre shit, and Drew McIntyre fucking put CM Punk through a table. I wish I saw that. Like, fuck. We saw it with the announce table, but bro, them brown tables, like the sound it makes when that shit be breaking, bro. I love it. Bring back TLC, bro. Fuck, they always take away the best pay-per-views. But yeah. One last complaint. This is about the video game though. The fact you cannot use tables.
You can use tables. You can't use ladders.
In Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can use ladders, or you can't use ladders in Hell in a Cell, or stairs. That's ass. Shout out to Rhea Ripley for bringing out the kendo stick. She didn't really get to enjoy it though, because that's when that bitch came in. That's when the bitch came in for the, yeah. She hit him like twice, and then the bitch came in and ruined the match. Like, bro, come on, bro. But yeah, I ain't really got no complaints. Happy with what I saw. Overall show, 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Only one match really fucked it up, so.
It would have been cool to see that Hell in a Cell and like see the whole like entrance thing. But
Yeah.
why the fuck would you put 8 p.m. start time if it starts at 6? That doesn't make any sense.
What the fuck was that 8 p.m. for? Like, somebody just wanted to lie, and you know it got us, unfortunately. But hey, fuck it.
We watched it on the way there, so it's not even that big of a deal.
Yeah, I mean we saw the finish at least. Like we saw the cage too at least. Like, so fuck it. But yeah, that's just about gonna do it.